Hey, we're here live at the Steve and Carole Show. Just dealing with the onslaught of mail that I'm receiving. Thanks a lot. Just dealing with the onslaught of mail that we're receiving from you, our loyal fans here about the excellent Steve and Carole Show. We appreciate it all. And I don't know, Carole, if you're receiving as much mail as I am. I mean, I have to come in every day and get one of these carts to collect all of our mail, but it's really quite heartwarming to see the great outpouring of support that we have for the Steve and Carole Show. Carole, my partner in crime, is not with us today. I'm shooting this in Montana, and Carole is she's doing a photo shoot for the Colon Club for their On the Rise magazine. It's a nice kudo for her. So I hope you're having a great time on that, Carole. And I don't want to rub it in, Carole, but some of these messages that came to me were really quite heartwarming. I don't want to give away any names, so I'm just going to use initials. But there was one letter I have here from. This one is from. I'll just use initials, from CD in Switzerland. Yeah, from CD in Switzerland. It said, "Steve, you are truly an N of one." Well, aren't we all? Keep posting those slides and charts. Everyone in Colon Town loves them. Well, we'll see about that. But nice to get some positive support. Here's another one from MG in Nebraska. Didn't know we had some folks in Nebraska. That's great to hear. This is from MG in Nebraska. This writer said, "Steve, you had me at liquid biopsy." Well, we know what that reader enjoys to hear about. So. We appreciate, keep those cards and letters coming. We appreciate hearing all the great feedback, and any ideas that you have about the Steve and Carole Show, we'd be happy to incorporate. For today's installment, I just wanted to let everyone know about a few important things that are coming up in Colon Town, things that are in the works. The first is that, as you heard last time on when Carole and Trevor reported from the board is super energized to work on building relationships that are going to help support Colon Town in the long term, and so they have some exciting initiatives that are underway, and we're very thankful that those board members are willing to give their time and energy to our great mission. The second, as I think several of you know about, we've just launched a RAS clinic, so a new clinical trials group specifically for patients and caregivers who are interested in RAS mutations and all the different trials and treatment options that go about dealing with that challenging mutation. I think we have, last time I checked, as of yesterday, we maybe had about 75 members here in the first week, which is great. But if you count up all the members of Colon Town and apply the rough, 30 to 50% of CRC patients that have a KRAS mutation, that group can grow by a lot. So certainly, if you're interested in learning more about RAS clinical trials, about different treatment options for RAS, certainly let me or Debbie LaFave Keller know that you'd like to join. Send us a friend request, and we can get you added straight away. And the same holds true for all the other clinical trials groups. So just to give a little plug for that, our biggest group is the MSS trials. It was kind of the original Tom's trials group, and it's got 1,100 plus members, and it's going strong, great gangbusters. But again, if we count up all of our members, there's certainly many of others of you that I think would be appropriate for that. And I just want to say two things about joining those trials groups. They can be a little daunting at first, but we really think it's important for everyone to be involved, particularly with the MSS and MSI groups. I mean, every one of us fits into one of those two bins, and we definitely would love to see more of you in there. Certainly for metastatic patients, learning about trials right off the bat is important, especially because there's an increasing, this is my big point here, is that there's an increasing number of trials that are focused on first-line therapy and that are focused on second line therapy. So you don't have to be at the end of your standard of care treatments in order to participate in a clinical trial. And likewise, even for patients that are earlier stages diseases, there's an increasing number of trials that are focused on what is the best sequencing, how do we make choices about how much chemo to give or whether to give chemo for folks in those earlier stage settings. So really, clinical trials are relevant for everyone in Colontown, and the more that you can learn about them, the more empowered of a patient that you'll be. The next point I wanted to raise is that I'm working on a project that Erica has called Colleagues in Care. This is really a program that is about building a team of Colontown members who are familiar with clinical trials, are well versed in the nuts and bolts of how to make them work, and are wanting to help mentor and navigate others through. So we're going to try to identify a group of people that we'll call the Uncle Joe's River Guides who are going to help other patients navigate the clinical trial process. If you're interested in participating in something like that, drop me a line, drop me a PM, and I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it, add your name to the list, and hopefully we can get some programming up and running for that group in the very near future. Involving some training, bring folks into scientific and medical conferences so that you can learn all about the latest treatments and trial results. Those are the kinds of things that group will be doing. And then also, for those of you that are interested in helping out more with Colontown in a broader sense, whether it's serving as an admin or moderator of a group or assembling some resources, we would love to hear from you if we're interested in taking your participation in Colontown to the next level. We have a group of folks who have attended our prior EPL workshops, the Empowered Patient Leadership workshops. They're taking stock of our prior workshops, looking at what worked well, what could be changed, and how to make the best possible curriculum for our upcoming workshops in Minneapolis and in San Diego later this year. And so we're really trying to up our game there, and are looking for people who want to be admins and help out in a more extensive role in Colontown. So again, if you're interested in participating at that level, reach out to the admins of the groups that you're currently in, reach out to Erica, and apply to those EPL workshops that are upcoming in Minneapolis in August and San Diego in Denver. Since ASCO, we have certainly seen a big uptick in the number of new members, and so it's going to take an upscaling of our capacity as an organization to be able to engage those folks and welcome them into Colontown the way that we were welcomed in, and give them some personal attention that they deserve. So that pretty much covers it for this installment of the Steve and Carole Show. And I'm experimenting a little bit with a new feature. We'd like to get more voices of other Colontown members into the Steve and Carole Show. So watch this space, because there may be a little experiment coming soon. Thanks.